Hey everyone, I am going to do a lockdown coronavirus haircut. As you can see, my hair's gotten really long. It's really nice, like it does this really nice beachy wave thing to it if I wet it, which I haven't, like I normally scrunch it up and stuff, but it's just got way too long. Like you can see, I've got this back brace on thing because I've hurt my back, but you can see how long it's got, and for being in lockdown it's just not practical anymore. I'm not going to be able to get the shampoo and conditioner that I usually use, and my hair itself is actually really thin, but there's heaps of it, and yeah, it's just going to be impractical, and it's just a real hassle having to dry it and stuff, but it goes too oily if I don't wash it each day. So I'm going to do a coronavirus cut. I asked in my Catholic fashion and beauty Facebook group for recommendations on haircuts, and got a mix of I'm gonna do it too and don't do it at all. When I YouTube some videos, there were some good videos, but then there was also people who had ones who had gone wrong. So I figure, worst comes to worst, I got a hairdresser when we get out of lockdown, because it's just no good, and especially because I've hurt my back. It's really hard just even bending over in the shower to get shampoo and conditioner. And it also turns out my husband had been using my expensive shampoo and conditioner thinking that it was the cheaper one, and didn't realise that it was the more expensive one. So what I'm going to do, I have googled a few or YouTubed a few different ways. I'm going to go by the technique where you pull it around and then tie it into pigtails and then cut it. And then my plan is that because my husband is a builder and he's really good about things being straight, that he can always fix anything up. But hopefully it won't be needed, but I'm guessing it probably will. So what I'm going to do is wet my hair to make it a little bit easier. I got my favourite Kmart sweatshirt on in case it gets cut. Hopefully it won't. And yeah, I figure we'll see how we go, and yeah, after lockdown I can always go to a hairdresser and see what happens. Okay, so what I've done is I put my hair into plaits, and one of the reasons too, you can see my roots. My hair naturally is so dark, so my grey is really obvious, and I do actually have hair dye in the cupboard, but it's just going to be a nightmare dyeing it when it's this long, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to cut it. When I searched all the different videos, it looked like if I do it in the front, then hopefully it won't be longer in the front, it'll kind of curve it a little bit at the back, but there seem to be a few different conflicting advice things, so I don't know, see how it goes. So what I've done is 2 ponytails there, and then, or 2 pigtails, and then 2 pigtails here, and then what I'm going to do is just like literally just cut it, and then kind of cut it and straighten it and tidy it up and stuff like that. So this isn't the first time that I've cut my hair. I used to cut it quite a bit in the 90s when Rachel haircuts were quite cool. I don't know why, like I don't know, maybe my mum wouldn't let me get it cut or something or what, but yeah, I used to do it myself then. I'm not quite sure, like if there's so much hair. And I also often cut my fringe as well, because I find hairdressers never get it exactly how I want it. So that's how much I've cut off. It's quite a decent amount. You can see that there's quite a bit there. Oh, it feels better already. Okay, so then the other side. I still have the video conference for work, but I figure my team won't mind seeing me look like this. Not bad. And then that's that one there. I can't donate any of it because it's not long enough, but also because it's coloured anyway. Right, okay, so now what we do is take these out. I have an idea about how short it's actually going to end up because of how it's wet. So, you know, like it always stretches out when it's wet anyway. I think one thing I'm actually going to need too is a mirror, because it's going to be quite hard just doing this on my phone. So I think that'll have to be something I'm going to go get. So I'm actually quite happy with how it looks at the front. It actually looks quite good. Like I don't really think I need to do much to it there. But at the back, if you look, This would actually be really good if it was long, but because it's gone quite a bit shorter than I was expecting, I think it's too much of a V shape. So what I'm going to do is get my husband to even it out a bit. Okay, so my husband's going to try and even it up. You need to use your, like, hold on to it with your fingers, like basically go like that,
no,
and then.
I can't.
Okay.
I've only got one less finger than everyone else.
Can you show them your fingers? It's an occupational hazard.
So I'm just gonna go straight across.
Oh, you can use a comb, like that might help if you comb it.
This is good.
There's quite a bit more than I was expecting. And then maybe do it from the other side. Because I just don't want it to end up being longer in the front, but then I can always fix it up, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then if you just use what you'd already done as a guide, can you see where you'd already done it, or would you like me to tie some more up? Just think of the money that we're saving.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome, thanks. Okay. So I think what's happened is, like, I was a bit worried about now the front is potentially a little bit longer. I'm not really that worried about it, but I do hate having it longer in the front. So what I'm going to do is just kind of cut it a little bit myself and even it up. I don't want to go cutting it too much, because the more kind of that I mess around with it, the more uneven it's sort of going to be. But I guess when you're on a lockdown, it just kind of is what it is, really. It might end up being a bit of a choppy bob or something. I don't know. One thing I hate is when hairdressers do a bob and then you end up with those longer bits in front anyway. So I often would get home and then just kind of even them out myself. Cool. I think this side here is very slightly longer than that side, but I'm not that bothered about it. Maybe if I just kind of even it out. Okay, now I'm going to go dry it and then just see how it goes. It feels way better already though, like, because it looked nice long, but I was just kind of doing my head and being too long. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so I've dried my hair with my hairdryer. I'm actually really happy with how it looks. There are, like, you know, like, it's certainly not perfect. There's a few, like, you know, random little bits like this that I could sort of even up a little bit, but my hair, even when I get it cut by a hairdresser short, it always usually, like, it's quite hard to get it to curl under. It often flicks out, and I think because it's sort of flicked out, you kind of don't really notice the randomness. But I think, especially the bit that my husband did at the back, is really good. I don't know if it's maybe shorter in the... no, I think that's alright. I think this is just more like the bits I did around the front. They're the random bits. I would really like to, like, sometimes when I've done layers myself, my ears are going blocked, I'll often, like, kind of cut into it a little bit, but I'm a bit worried that the more that I do to it, so these ones here are a bit longer. I hate it being longer in the front. Yeah, that the more that I do to it, kind of the worse it's gonna look, you know, like, I don't want to keep doing too much to it. But and I'm sure there'll be, like, little bits that I'll kind of do over time, but overall I'm really happy with that. I think from a distance it definitely looks pretty much like it would have if I'd gone to the hairdresser. It's just up close it doesn't. I'm fine with it for VC, for work. It's gonna be way easier now. Like, oh, don't know, just feels way better already. So I think my coronavirus lockdown, because in New Zealand we're on a at least a month lockdown, I think that's quite successful.